galamsey amena abu agunipa so na nipa no dodo de ya ne say ye estimate security officials no mo estimate and am so more galamsey site ho no what they can tell you ni say ye bebusa say hwan ne wram ti obi a onim obi bia onya nte ne kan o say ne wram ebia days we mu ne call underground ti o makan nipa na abro aduasa over 30 of them ena ye be ka say o mawram pacho de mo hwe eye de mining pits akofa oye ne yabai na enra ekosi anajo dumi no mu hono 12 midnight na me read ya still u follow conversation na nipa ye yi omo ye mienu na omo nyina afrim anopai omo yi mienu aka ho na wo hwe abusuafo na atwa ho ahia no police for bia wo ho na tese ye nyanyi unipa onim no dia na sabre na ya ho sem because ye nhye dan nim nipa no dodo na asase no abuagu omo so anopai ye nyanentie se 4 have been taken out of their pits. 4 of them no ye yi omo dead, but over 30 of them are trapped according to report from the grounds. Ye gusu a ye monitor ye bedi nkomo kakra ewo ho na yenko ahoma ne so ye ne reporter no nhyase.
Hi, welcome back to this platform. If today is your first time, we are here to learn and acquire knowledge. Ebusuafo me mamun na mwakwaba. Enche bia many bo video bi so ya na ka safa cathedral ho nsensem. E ma me be ka kakra so ewo ho. Na video fufuro bi asa beto ho. Ya ka safa ho. Inti mu me enkohwe sa video no na ye ba Yebekasa.
Dr. Bondi, sorry, Dr. Zato said, close the hole. We campaign in poetry and we govern in prose. I think that will stick with me for a while. What do you say?
I think some of this 367 million IMF money can be put into this hole because it only became a hole because perhaps the money wasn't properly spent, and that is what something the Attorney General's Department, I think, is looking into. It only became a hole because money wasn't spent as it was supposed to. Secondly, I think that the people on that board, in terms of the church board, have got to revisit their Bible in terms of what is a church. A church means the gathering of the people. And the gathering of the people, you know, from what Jesus intended, was not 1 hour on a Sunday where the poor are left out and the rich come in and, you know, so forth. So a cultural center is open to the people, can be used 24/7, and is designated for different religions in terms of the culture of Muslim heritage, the culture of Christian heritage, the culture of the Adinkra symbols, and everything that is Ghana, everything that is Africa, and you know, turn it into a momentous building of worth. And so for me, church means the gathering of the people. And perhaps the true intention of the gathering of the people is that it runs 24/7, it runs for different purposes, it can be for profit for Ghana, and it makes a difference because the definition by the Dictionary of a Cultural Center is a public or private institution that serves as a hub for artistic, educational, and cultural activities. It includes galleries, theaters, libraries, studios, performances, spaces, and classrooms, and hosts workshops, exhibitions, festivals, and lectures. So I would rather a 24/7 building that I would be proud of as a Ghanaian, because when foreigners come to visit me, I can take them to this hub that good money has been put into, and it's been resurrected from a hole.
Okay.
Essentially.
So your argument is we are seeing a hole only because the money wasn't not expended the way they ought to have.
You can't spend over $10 million and
give us that. Okay. Okay. So that's why we have a hole.
Yes, and a cultural center is for everybody, and for different avenues.
Yeah, and not just divided along religious lines.
Or 2 hours on a
Sunday. This is the argument. On the 1st of July, the president said that we're going to turn the National Cathedral into a cultural convention center. Now, I know it stirred up so many arguments. Now, the board of directors of the National Cathedral, they are opposed to this, and they're saying that instead of turning this whole National Cathedral thing, and the land, for instance, was given to the National Cathedral, it's a whole project, and so much has gone into that. Instead of turning it to a cultural convention center, just let us complete the National Cathedral. What do you say? So Mr. Bondi is saying that because of the posturing, Dr. Zato and Mr. Bondi. So Dr. Zato is saying because of the posturing of the NDC in the lead up to election 2024, they didn't see any value at all in that National Cathedral and what we are seeing right now. Amanda said it's because the money was spent wrongly. What do you say? Close the hole, or just turn it into something the whole country can benefit from?
Sometimes when I hear the MPP talked about the National Cathedral issue, the way they do, I feel really scandalized. Because it's a project that they themselves, they knew that was a creation that they use in looting this country's resources. Because you can't tell me that the thing they did there, the hole they dug there, cost the Ghanaian taxpayer more than $60 million. And that's what we're talking about. There is absolutely nothing going on there.
You have your visuals on the screen.
But the point is, what even did we used to have there? You had judges having their, bungalows there, built not long ago. You have the passport office there. You have so many very important offices there. What the MPP did is that they did not see any other land anywhere. They did not go towards Pram to see that vast land there to build whatever cathedral they want to build there. What they did was to demolish all those important offices and accommodations, only to dig that hole. And they had the gut to talk about what we want to use that thing for. Sometimes the MPP will need to keep quiet for some time. I think that His Excellency is being very charitable and saying that we should use that particular facility for something else. Left to me alone, we will finish prosecuting them, all the board members, all the pastors and the clergies that have double names.
Why do we need to prosecute all the board members and all the pastors? I'm just quoting you now. Why do we need to prosecute all of them?
See,
there's an ongoing investigation tied to Ken Ofori-Atta. It's one of the reasons why the OSP is looking for him to answer questions.
Our religious leaders, whether imams, whether pastors and traditional leaders, are supposed to be moral leaders. And so if you are a pastor and you can even double your name all because you want to make illegal money and lead the country into losing that kind of money on this kind of agenda, all in the name of building a church for God, I wonder the kind of church you can even build for a whole God to come and live in. That alone is corruption. And so they all have questions to answer. Okay. And so for me, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has been so charitable in using that particular facility for something that maybe, look, I was in London, last week, and then I was in the House of Commons and, House of Lords. And if I told the whole building, if you see the cultural display, the historical, display of the place, you will love it. Ghana here, where will you go? So for me, if His Excellency John Dramani Mahama feels that we should use that to build a cultural center where our identity will be displayed, would serve as a tourist hub for people to walk in there and see what Ghana is and make money from it, I think it makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know the kind of bricks and blocks that would be built for God to come and live in Ghana. If you're God, would you come and stay in Ghana because they've built some house here called Cathedral?
We can't think for
And I'm not sure God lives in blocks and mortars.
No.
God lives in hearts. God lives in you. When you are here, God is in you. You don't need to build. I mean,
Enti sese ide kwaso ni se empenimfo na omoda cathedral nano no. Ese omo mpene ema ye president Mahama emfa saa asase no ensi cultural center na enka o propose se opese ode eye no. Omo se saa asase no omo de besi asori dan mom se ya ebehye Awurade animonyam na hye the whole Africa animonyam. Na mpese mi busa omo se saa asori dan no nyame no ya omo pese omo si asori dan ema no nyame no oba ma Ghana fo nko ana ane omo aba be yusu Ghana fo asase asa aba be yusu Ghana fo sika IMF sika kakra na aba na ye president edi be ye bibi ama obi aho ato ne bi no enu na omo pese omo drain out of him na omo di kosi asori dan. Na me pese mi busa omo se asori dan no eni hwan mo asori dan no eni den asori dan eye yen enipa no yen ni asori dan Awurade wote yen mu enti mo fi se mo pese mo hye Awurade animonyam mo fi se mo pese mo si asori dan edi hye Awurade animonyam de a mo fancy flats ema nyame na omo ninam nyame na omo gu kwa ho omo nya baabi kra no mada no mo fa saa sika no mo kope mo sika mo fa mo bo na mo de eninam edi gisika no mo fa nko amaiman so na mo fa nko gigisika saa mo bo na mo sisi asori dan ya mo de elutu timamufo no mo fa saa bo no mo fa nko ninam amaiman so na mo fa nko pesika na mo nya sika ni wi a mo meto mo asase na mo nsi mo nyame no edan ensi so na mo fa mo nyame ne ntinam because nyame etiyen mu yen ni asori dan no enti se mo si asori dan de a mo nsi flats na nyame na omugu kwa ho a mo nya baabi anda no mo fa mo megum mo ma obia flat na obia nya bi entinam na mo nsi enwuma na nyame fo nyame no omunya baabi enkoye adwuma na omunya de omubedie eno hye nyame animonyam asori dan kakraka no enhye nyame animonyam mo nsisi flats na nkofo nya baabi ntina mo nsisi nwuma na nkofo nya enwuma enko na omunya sika ngu omubutum na nya de mommoje sika na free yen nsemo no ya bre eni mo apo obo no ye ni ate nti asori dan no enhye nyame animonyam musisi flats eni nwuma na obia wo baabi a oda obia wo kakra obedi a eno hye Awurade animonyam akwasi broni a odi na asori eba mo krom no mo mehwe se mo behu se mo even mo hu kra mpokra se obi da amontene a eyi woni pakro na opese oda amontene because omo de niam tutu in places a obia wo baabi da unya dwumo uya dwumo baabi a obeda de se unya baabi da aduane a obedi se unya aduane di eno ene hye Awurade animonyam enti se mo pene even cultural center no kra no yeda ye president ase so nka o system ba eno kra no enye sese de nipa hia ne se obenya baabi ada na obenya aduane ka obenya baabi a obekọ adwuma na onye aduane adi na onye bi edi ahwe ne ma eno ne nipa ehwehwe cultural center no it comes out of creativity mo creative here ede na mo show off cultural center you need to create. After creating, and I'm betting me show off my culture. Inti Ghana for my mom penny, Emma Cathedral beyond Coso. Cathedral, Emma me share a radian munyem bia. Cathedral no eba, ebe tomon coebium. Ya bre no more po, or more po bono. A po bonny ya bre On one son se on besi a dine kesi a my radia betting the moi. O monko hiho musika. No monko hiho mo asase. Nenye kakra bosia kakra ye president akobo no eno na moza be ebe twe afiri no ho de akosi asori dan amerade. Erade no woni yen ya ne a. Erade woti yen mu. Momboa nipa. Ema nipa nya baabi ntina. Momboa nipa. Ema nipa enya dwumanye. Musisi factories na musisi enan ma nipa nya baabi da eno ene share erade animunyam. Ya bre ni mo apo obo no ye ni ate yenim de ekoso Bible no yenim read a erade adom ti yete ase nti monja apo obo no
Ghana for Musorio.